All right. Top left-hand corner, Red Protoss player from Invictus Gaming from China. Is that a Funkadelic zoom out?
It's a little bit of everything, though.
It's IG Jim. Tabs are flashing on and off.
Ooh, I just did something wrong. Uh-oh.
You break your camera?
Yeah.
Did you break your camera?
No, I did not.
Okay. His opponent down in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. With the pylon in the natural. Yeah, you call him Ssanaee. We call him Ssanaee. It's a Zerg player.
It's a blue Zerg. Ssanaee played very, greedy slash... Maybe greedy is not the right word. Let's call it adventurous on Wowen.
That's a good way to put it. Let's go on an adventure to first drone.
Yes.
Let's take our third base first.
We're gonna try to turn this into a very fun game where potentially, if I have to worry about a few units, I will have speed links, so you can't kite me for days. But other than that, if this game turns into a normal game, I'm gonna have the time of my life. Jim is like, so I heard you like a lot of hatcheries before spawning pools.
So I heard you like normal games.
Maybe if I get a really quick forge, and you build all those hatcheries again, and oh my god.
No.
If I was...
This can't just be his standard.
If I was Jim, I would obviously think about this too. Like, hey, you did it, but you're not gonna do this again because you just lost.
If he cannons the natural, that might even be worse for Ssanaee than otherwise.
It's going to be bad regardless.
Look, it's the Roddy cannon.
But this is a little bit better for Ssanaee because now he can still make a spawning pool instead of another hatch. Unless he just really wants another hatch. Ssanaee, just make a pool. Alright, Ssanaee pool. Ssanaee pool is down, man.
What is Jim gonna do? He has to now realize that third is down. So here's what I'm thinking with the third base logic, Kev. Normally when a Protoss player does a 7-gate kind of attack, they do it into the third. So by taking that third early, you can start that creep spread, push it out, and make it so that for Protoss to do that gateway attack, he has to be attacking on the creep.
No, of course. I mean, that's something that we already agreed upon in the last game, but when it came that quick, because it was that close to Jim's base, it doesn't really work like that. Ssanaee right now forced to pull 4 drones immediately. Jim, you cannot just have your probe sitting there. Every shot that your probe takes, or every punch I should say, because drones don't really shoot, is very important. How many things are Jim gonna throw down? Maybe nothing.
Back in Brood War, probes could spit. And they had like 2 range.
Where's the other cannon going up? It's just in his own natural. He's still gonna try, Jim. It's not gonna work. There are Zerglings out on the map already. There are queens on the way.
This might work.
No,
You're gonna need a pylon.
It's not gonna work, man.
Not gonna work. Not gonna happen.
This is quite the investment for Jim because he's slowing down. He doesn't even have a gateway at home. I'm not sure how I like.
Jim is pretty serious about this.
Yeah, I don't like it. I think that Jim is putting himself in a very bad position.
I think he's making a donation.
It's a donation.
Do not pass go. Donate 1 game to Zerg opponent.
Ssanaee picks up that probe and forces all these cannons to cancel. Taking a look at the unit's lost resource tab, we can see 235 minerals were spent on all these cannons that never went up. And above all, the most important thing, guys, is that this gateway is so delayed. Delayed gateway means delayed cybernetics core. Delayed cybernetics core means delayed Protoss army or units that can actually fight, other than just stand there and die.
In other words, this could not be better for our Zerg player. He has a free pass to drone to like 80.
Yeah, well, 65. Keep it at 65.
Okay.
The 7 gates could hit.
Free pass to drone to 65, Overlord Scout, and then make those 15 drones after the waiting larva.
You could still do that. And then still have enough units to defend. Well, it's not the end of the world. Jim has done crazy things, man. I would never want to write Jim off, so I'm definitely not going to do that right now. But I do completely agree with you that this is a dream start for Ssanaee, our Korean Zerg player representing Team Seoul.
I would never write Jim off. I would write Jim a love letter. Talking about...
With perfume on it?
Yeah.
What would you spray on it? What's your favorite cologne, man? Or would it just be a female?
It's Love Spell from Victoria's Secret. That's the name of that stuff, right?
I don't think Victoria's Secret makes perfumes. Maybe they do.
No, they do. They also make men's cologne.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Rawr. I can't wait. Ben, stop putting all these ideas in my mind. I already have no money. Now I want to buy Victoria's Secret cologne. Why are you doing this to me? We see 4 extractors going down, of course pretty important. These were the first extractors to go down, much later than in the previous game, but that's because Ssanaee realized what was going on. He's like, hey, if you open up with that forge and you make all these cannons, then you can't possibly throw something at me that I have to worry about, so I can delay my extractors a little bit.
Whoa, Jim. YOLO.
Yep.
730 third base after spending 500 resources on a cannon rush.
Is he gonna make a wall off here? Some sort of a wall off.
Not a quasi wall off.
It's a great wall off game. Look at Ssanaee, he's making so many drones. He's like, yeah! Drone so hard, Jim ain't gonna stop me. I don't think he thinks that. Layer on the way right now for Ssanaee, as he's just enjoying this comfortable economic lead that he has, and he's gonna enjoy it a little longer. More drones most likely will be on the way real soon. He should keep an eye on the warp gate technology though, because he sees more and more gates go down. Before you know it, there's a probe over here that wipes in 7 gateway units, and from that point on it spirals out of control. I must say, Ssanaee is taking a small risk, man, by never even checking this, and by droning the way that he does. Imagine if there would be a pylon here, which would wipe in like 6 gateway units times 2, so you have 12 gateway units, you lose the game right there.
Oh, you definitely lose his third right there.
And you lose the game.
Lucky for him, Jim's taking a third.
Yeah, he saw that, but you know, how often don't you see Protoss players take a third and only saturated with like 8 to 10 probes and then still have 7 gates and just pretend like, I know I'm actually not gonna win in a macro game. Either way, the robotics facility is going down as well. 68 drones right now for Ssanaee. And after scouting a little bit, he's like, hey, I think I could take my fort. If you're not doing anything, you're just building probes.
I kind of feel like Ssanaee could have been more macro here. It doesn't feel like he's got the number of drones that he could have.
No, he did. Trust me. He went all out.
It was all out,
Yeah.
complete Drolo mode.
I think it was complete all out. I mean, you shouldn't forget that he's losing a couple of drones here and there for production buildings,
That's
for
true.
evolution chambers, for 6 extractors. So
He's even going to drop that infestation pit before really making any units. It looks like he's going to play an infestor links, or not maybe infestor link, but
I mean, to put things into
Zergling Ultra.
correct. To put things into perspective, he already has more drones than Jig had in that game where he had such a long advantage. And that's not a stab at Jig at all. That's just like the difference between 65 or 74 drones is actually the difference that Zerg can take bad fights or not. And with bad fights, I mean like almost donate units. And I'm not talking about links, guys, because you can always donate links.
Links are free.
It seems like Jim is going to do something that we saw Puck do pretty often. Just a crazy amount of gateways with a couple of immortals, and then +2 and Blink being researched. And whenever Puck does this, he wins. Like whenever I see Puck do this build, Puck wins.
I will say that Jim has gotten himself to, I would say, a position of stability, right? He's got that 3 base economy.
If he gets one really good fight, it's anybody's game.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen that he is able to execute very well.
Oh, I was like, what is that? In the corner of my eye. I don't know if you guys ever seen Apollo 18. I did last night. Horrible movie. Seen that movie?
Dude, we gotta go see Gravity.
Yeah, I just saw that, but it kind of freaks me out. It's not my type of...
Andre saw it and he said it's amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
But Andre is kind of weird when it comes to movies. Sorry, Andre.
Poor Andre.
13 roaches on their way, Burrow being researched as well. Jim is just gonna be like, well, you know, I'm doing kind of okay. I'm just gonna get a second robo. Like, a Muta switch would have been very deadly in my opinion, because that would have kept him on 3 bases forever, force out a lot of defensive cannons. Sure, you might have a lot of stalkers with Blink, but I still think that would have gave him so much map control that would have just been...
This is still going to be super hard. This is a really scary attack. Roachling Infester with Hive behind it.
Oh, yes, no. Yeah, yes. Plenty of force fields. I actually think with 1 Colossus, man, and good force fields, he's fine. Jim doesn't see that. Time up, Jim! Jim,
cast something! Okay, this is maybe too many lings.
Those fungals could just land on top of those sentries. Jim has a lot of production behind it, though. He's using Photonocha as well. Man, oh man, these immortals are taking so much damage.
Colossus is here, but it's going to be a bit too late. Jim is counterattacking with some Zealots.
Oh, he picked up his Colossus with the Warp Prism. Very cute move. He's going to have to put that Colossus in a better position, and he does, though. He saves it for now. And with all the static defenses, I think actually Jim will be able to stabilize over here.
He might. At the same time, Zealots are trying to deny the 4th expansion.
And Jim is going to be able to pick up these roaches as well.
Colossus has got to be so careful, Kev.
I love how we're casting 2 different fights. It's like we're in 2 different games, man.
Been there, done that. Ssanaee does successfully defend his 4th. Jim successfully defends his natural, and at the end of it all, It's a damn even-looking game, Kevin. 123 supply to 121.
I actually like Jim's position a little more. He has such a good army. He has good upgrades already. +3 is on the way. He has double robo. He has the amount of gateways that every Protoss dreams of on a Sunday night. When you're walking down the beach, so you think, man, I wish I had a lot of gates like
Protoss
Jim.
players don't go to the beach, Kev.
Yes, they do.
Protoss players are mountain people.
Maybe. Well, then when we have a nice walk through the mountains somewhere.
Little Warp Prism harass into the main base. Jim making Ssanaee work a little bit here. Supply-wise, it's still close. 140 to 150. Zerg is up.
Vipers are on their way, so we might see some... We don't have Hydralist then on the map right now. I don't think we do.
Jim's gotten off the Colossus production. He's back into Immortal mode, taking a 4th base.
I guess he's still like, well, if you're not making any Hydrals, then I guess with 2 Colossus I'm okay. I mean, it's always sweet to have 4 Colossus, guys, don't get me wrong, even against a lot of Roaches, but if you don't have too many units to protect your important units, then you'd rather have Immortals, as they are way more beefy than your Colossus. And they also deal more damage as well if you force field the Roaches out. 17 Roaches on the way. It's going to be 2-2 Roaches, I believe, correct?
A lot of Roaches.
No, actually, he doesn't have any attack upgrades for
It's
his
all
Roaches.
on his lings, man.
I don't really like that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sneaky force field.
Well, what happened with the single sentry? Did he pull it away as well?
You killed it.
With what?
Either a Viper yanked it or a Roach ate it.
Look at this fat Roach. You ate it, didn't you? No.
A Roach looks like he could perfectly fit a sentry in his belly. Like it's just the right size.
It's 130 Zerg supply against 93 Protoss supply, but I like the 93 Protoss supply a lot more, Ben. It's double robo, it's sentries, it's very good upgrades. +3 Blink Stalkers. I don't see how +3 Blink Stalkers are going to die to Roaches and Lynx.
Yeah, those are great upgrades. Those Immortals are going to do so much damage to these
Maybe
Roaches.
really good at Ducks?
Oh, Ducks will help a ton. The Colossi are just erased. Still, though, Immortals, Kev. They're +3 Immortals, and the force fields are good. Infested Terrans are going to go down. Back up your Colossus, Jim!
It's fungal, so it can actually not move, but it doesn't take too much damage. These Roaches have no attack upgrades at all.
Well, that's the longest range I've ever seen on a Colossus. At the same time, we've got more harass happening at the 4th base. Zealots might actually be able to deny that expansion. It looks like it is going to go down. Jim is all over the map right now. Also winning that fight in the middle, just phenomenal play from this Chinese Protoss. How does he do it?
I love what Jim did this game, Ben, but I also feel that Ssanaee handed it to him. Come on, that should have never happened. When you have a start like that, when Protoss tag is delayed that much, when you're 3 against 1.5 base Protoss, you just shouldn't lose it anymore as a Zerg. Ssanaee is making kind of a couple of questionable decisions. I must say mad props to Jim for the way that he handled the fights, though. And now, I must like the craziest thing was when this army was coming, Jim was just like, let me warp in and send like 9 Zealots to your 4th base because I think I will hold. And it was brilliant because the Zealots were not going to help out too much anyway. Jim might be getting a little overeager here because this is not a very good position for him.
Too YOLO, and he's
he's forgetting part of his army.
What about us, guys? What about us?
Oh my god, if Ssanaee would have jumped on that and fungoed that army, that would have been so sick. But he was more preoccupied with trying to keep his 4th base alive, but Jim forces another cancel on it.
That was the most scared Colossus. I've never seen a Colossus run that fast.
It was like a movie Colossus.
He was like high-stepping, man. Herschel Walker.
He's like shaking off, creep off his little feet. He's like, like I think Colossus are very majestic.
It's such a perfect visual. I can just see it.
Yeah, it's like, get off, carbon animation, jump on this.
Making those kind of disappointed eyes.
You know, this is like something that my dog does. If she steps in poop, she gets very sad. And then she shakes her paws. She's like, it's dirty. And we're like, well, you did it.
We're going to see another... Oh, feedback on the Vipers. Say, no more yoinks for you, and Jim's going to chase this Zerg army once more. Jim's at 190 supply. Ssanaee's max.
Yeah, Ssanaee picks up a Colossus as well. Might even be able to pick up a 2nd Colossus, and we're getting ready for a Mutas switch, and I love it. Even though there are Blink Stalkers with +3 on the map, I do feel that Mutas can, you know, create miracles.
They can create miracles, but Kev, they're going to have to fight is the problem.
No, they're going to base trade, man. Oh, he's going to have to fungal, though. He has to keep this army away. Fungals do land. What massive, beautiful fungals these were. But he needs some abducts.
It's not enough Mutas to base trade, Kev. And he's forced to fight right now. Actually, that's
he's 25 Mutas. There's not a... Actually, I think he can win this fight if the forces are not very good.
Recall! I thought it was only the 11. Great recall from Jim, and the Muta count is way higher than I realized. 27 Mutas. Yeah. Wow. It's a huge switch. And this will be hard to deal with.
I love these two Vipers. They're like, guys, in case you see a Colossus. I can help you with that.
I'm not sure what Jim's going to do against this. These mutas have no upgrades.
he's
Jim's
gonna
going to
get
need Storm. Defending mutas with Blink Stalkers is so hard.
Munchie did it.
Munchie did it. MC did it.
Yeah, MC against Nurture on Daybreak.
Still didn't make it easy. MC didn't even have Blink.
Yeah, there's going to be action all over the place. We see Jim's army engaging over here on the right side of this map. Ben is going to keep a close eye on that fight while I'm looking in the main base. Ben, blinding clouds being used on the Stalkers, but of course they just blink out. The upgrades are just not good enough for Ssanaee to take this fight. Oh my god, there's an Archon there below that as well. So
yeah,
sick.
those mutas are at 0-0, and one thing we can't forget is that these Stalkers +3 attack, +2 armor, that makes them trade so much better.
That makes them like 3 times as good. A couple of Roaches and Lynx are going to join in the base race, but these Stalkers, man.
Uh-oh, and the reinforcements coming home. Full surround. It's a Protoss surround against the Zerg Roach Ling army. Muta's dancing and doing some good damage, but this is going to be a very expensive exchange for Ssanaee. Jim with a very real supply lead, 165 supply to 130.
Ssanaee tries to transition into Broodlords, but he just doesn't really have gas for that. Does he even have Corruptors on the map? No, he does not. Jim making it look easy, Ben, but I guess when you have 3-2 Stalkers against 0-0 Mutas, yeah, you might as well.
Muta count has fallen to 19. Resources lost tells a pretty convincing story. 24,000 Zerg money spent against the 17,000 of Protoss.
But you know, Jim is taking a couple of pretty good fights, man.
I'll say. It looks like we're going to have one final attempt at aggression here from Ssanaee. Lings and Mutas together will be able to take out probably this whole base.
These Lings are actually a lot better than these Mutas. These Lings have 2-2 upgrades, so they can actually kind of mess with the Stalkers. And of course they're going to mess with the AI as well. They're going to soak up a lot of shots. This is a very good run by. Might actually force Jim to retreat.
Yeah, he's bringing his whole army back.
Man, all these Zealots are going to die too. That's very well done by Ssanaee. If only he had some more gas that he could actually get Broodlords out. Maybe we had a game.
Yeah, but here comes the returning... Whoa,
oh.
Jim, don't kill your pylon!
Those Zerglings
That's
were trapped.
unnecessary.
Colossus? You know, even if those Colossus die, what does it matter?
Uh-oh, every volley Mutas are going down. Lynx should now be unburrowing in this third phase. Oh, there's still too many Zealots. Too many Zealots.
Zealots are only having O2 upgrade. So these Lynx are pretty damn good against the Zealots. A couple of Archons being morphed in now as well. Ssanaee just really trying to get a base. They're like, Jim, get out of my face. Give me some time. Give me back.
Have 3-2.
Yeah. The Zealots?
Yeah.
Where are the Zealots? Oh, sorry. Then I'm blind. What? I could swear I saw 0-2.
Yeah, same as the Stalkers.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm mind blown, man.
Mutas in the main base picking off
clicked on
the...
a probe. Never mind.
Picking off... Yeah, what if probes got +3 attack?
I wish they did. Yeah, I have no idea. I was just blanking there. Never mind.
Templar Archives gets picked off. These Mutas are still trying to be annoying, but I don't think they're going to be able to really change the inevitable outcome here, as the base race is not really even much of a race. Jim's crashing through the natural right now. Mutas are harassing and being annoying, but
it just doesn't really do much, man. As you said as well, it's not really much of a race when Jim is winning the fight on both sides. He's killing bases, and at the same time all of his Stalkers are dealing with the Mutas. Mutas are going to try to make a final stand over here, and sure, they are killing quite a few things, but Jim has money to wipe in Stalkers for days, and Stalkers with the upgrades that they have 3-3 right now, going up against 0-0 Mutalisk. It is not fair, and Jim will win.